I turn into kind of a weirdo if I don't talk to enough people throughout the week.
She does.
You know, hey. Hello.
Hi, we're Chris and Megan Rhee of No Small Life. And before we get into this video, we want you to just hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. We'd love to have you subscribe to this channel. We put out content every week. And even if you choose not to watch a week or two, we won't be offended.
And you're not going to regret it. We're going to give you something good. We're not going to overwhelm it. Just, you know,
go ahead and subscribe.
Keep hitting that like button and subscribe. Yes, good. Recently, I heard a quote that says this: "It's any idiot can face a crisis. It's the day-to-day living that can wear you out." Really? Because I don't know about you, but currently...
I'm missing the day-to-day living.
You know, I take getting stressed over laundry versus like a worldwide pandemic, right? That we now find ourselves all in. If you're watching this in real time, the world is in crisis.
A little
mini crisis.
A little worldwide pandemic.
And none of us alive have ever lived through a worldwide pandemic before. So we are all just kind of figuring this out together, which means all of our perspectives on this are all over the place. There is a lot of feelings and emotions coming out and taking place inside of people right now.
Yeah, no matter whether you are single going through this or married going through this without kids.
Right.
Or married with little kids,
and they're crazy
screaming
for you.
and going all nuts, or whether you're married with kids out of the house, whether you are a first responder or you know in the medical field, where your perspective of this is going to be different.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter what our perception is, because all of us have our own little realities we live in all the time. But when you open your eyes, our life can get bigger again, and we can learn, all respond with love, grace, and kindness, even in a crisis.
Yes, absolutely. And we getting through this together is not a matter of if, but when and how, right? We're gonna get through this, you guys. And when we look back on this time, when a year from now, when we are at coffee shops, when we are at our water cooler at work talking about this time, we want to look back and say, man, I lived through that well, right? We want to look back and say, I didn't just become selfish and live in fear, but I responded well. And so we want to help you do that today with 6 little simple ways that you can make a big difference during a time of crisis. So number 1 is connect with your neighbors.
How do we do this when you're social distancing?
Right.
Well, I think it's very easy, because your neighbors are right next to you. So whether someone's just out, whether someone's outside, just stay, 10 feet apart, whatever, and talk with them and bring some peace to their situation, offer some hope, see if they need anything, and just be there for them. Another way is there's an app called Nextdoor. Yeah. And it's a way to connect with your neighbors. Now, I gotta be honest, some of these Nextdoor people are a little off their rockers. This can be a good thing or a bad thing, this Nextdoor app. Some people are complaining about the littlest minute things, but other people are using it as a tool to really connect with their neighbors and make sure everyone has what they need.
Doing okay. There's a movement taking place right now called Hearts and Windows. Have you guys seen this? I love taking walks around our neighborhood. It's like our big outing for the day, to get out and go for a walk in the neighborhood. And you'll see these little, this is cardboard, but I've seen like Post-it notes that people are putting in windows, and it's just a way of spreading some hope, giving some life to people. Say, hey, we're all in this together. We're gonna get through this. Here's a little love that people can see as they're just walking by. So connect with your neighbors. That is the first point. And the second thing is support local businesses.
Oh, that's so important right now, because a lot of businesses are scared. A lot of small business owners, they're scared of what the future might hold, but we want them to stay in business. So do the whole economy a favor, and a lot of those businesses have an online presence. go and support them. Support those local businesses by ordering online from them. Get carry out from restaurants still. If you can, your local restaurants, and order from them. A lot of them are having deals on food right now. They're no contact delivery.
Right, they're taking extra precautions because they want to serve you well and they want to stay in business.
So make sure you're supporting your local businesses still in this time.
Yes. The third way to help somebody during a time of crisis is send some snail mail.
Snail mail.
Good old-fashioned snail mail. When the big outing of the day, kids, is walking all the way down to the mailbox, why not give your friend, your grandma, your college roommate something to look forward to?
Thank you, postal workers, by the way, for all you're doing. And UPS people, you guys are rock stars.
I love this beautiful, Trader Joe's has like the greatest cards in the world if you're by a local Trader Joe's, but you can buy some cards on Amazon really easily or from a local business.
From a local business.
Right?
Good idea.
Totally do that. Or just send a letter, but make it special. Maybe throw a sticker in there. These are like my favorite things in the world. You can see they are called pop open cards.
Or just, send even a funny card.
Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
Yeah.
Send a funny card. Like my nephew Gio, he sent my mom a picture of him eating a donut.
Yeah.
And he just like, I miss donuts right now. I miss eating donuts with you.
We get that. We get that.
So something funny. People
Draw a
need to
donut.
laugh. Just send something in the mail. Be unexpected and they'll enjoy it.
Number 4, the fourth thing that we're talking about is give.
Give. Now is the time to give. Now is the time to invest. There's only 3 things you can do with money. Is spend it, save it, and give it.
Yeah.
And you should be doing all 3 of those in this season, especially if you have a job still and your income is not affected. Give to someone in need. There's people who can't pay their rent right now, are struggling to put food on the table. Give to local food banks.
Absolutely. Proverbs, I love this, 11:24 says, the world of the generous gets larger and larger, but the world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller. It's so easy to go into self-preservation mode and just worry about you. But I promise you, everything shifts in your mind when you give, when you make the world a little bit bigger than just what's happening inside your 4 walls. So give to churches. Churches are making a huge difference right now.
And they're trying to change the whole way they do ministry.
Yes.
Churches, nonprofits,
Yes.
they are trying to relook. Their staffs are still working hard and trying to rethink how to get hope and content out to everybody in new creative ways. So keep supporting those local churches, nonprofits, local businesses. Give to hospital workers.
Yes.
Pick up some groceries for them, write them some notes. I mean, anything we can do to give to those people right now, it makes a huge difference.
Even little things that you do, when we look back, it's not going to be these great, big, grand gestures. Those are going to be great. It's going to be the little things that were not little at all, that were not small. They made a huge difference. So number 5, the 5th way to make a big difference in just a small investment is reach out to your friends.
Oh, I miss you, friends.
I miss you, friends.
I'm going to have to watch the show Friends just to remember that we used to meet in coffee shops.
Central Park.
We could play golf together and hang out and watch sports. That's coming again, everybody.
It is.
Our big friendships and gatherings, they're going to be back.
They will be.
But until then, there's a lot of creative ways to still hang out with friends. And just because we're social distancing doesn't mean we need to socially isolate from each other. We still need each other.
You shouldn't. I turn into kind of a weirdo if I don't talk to enough people throughout the week.
She does.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. You talk to me every day.
I talk to you every day. But it just, there's something about friendships. And so please don't isolate. And if you're like, well, my friends haven't reached out to me, take the first step, reach out to them. They miss you. The world is just weird right now. And it's really easy for all of us to get caught up in our heads. So reach out to your friends through, text them, call them,
Zoom.
FaceTime, Zoom. We have a double date on the books with some of our friends over Zoom. It's going to be awesome.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't isolate in this time. Reach out to friends. And if they don't get back to you right away, like Meg said,
give them some grace.
They probably have some kid throwing up on them right now, and that's why they're not getting back.
Right.
But they will eventually.
They will. They will. And talk about some creative ways that you can connect with each other, because it's important. And the sixth and final way to make a big difference in this season is to be a conduit of peace. Or as Chris likes to say, I'm going to steal his line from him, be an agent of peace.
An agent of peace.
Agent of peace. How good is that?
I can't tell you how often I talk to a neighbor, I talk to a friend, and all they want to do is tell me all the what ifs that could happen because of what we're facing.
Right.
What if the economy does this? What if we can't get a cure for this? What if? Listen, everybody. You got to understand that the 24-hour news cycle, they are trying to fill up that time. And what the hot button is fear.
Right.
It's talking about coronavirus, it's talking about crisis. And so they're bringing in experts and economists to talk about all these what if crazy scenarios that 99% of them will not happen.
Right.
So what you can do is you can be an agent of peace. Yeah, I understand what the news is saying. I understand there's some unpredictability happening right now, but I'm telling you, we're going to be looking back on this.
Yeah.
People should walk away from you feeling more peace and more hope than before the conversation. Not more fearful or worried.
Yeah.
And it's easy to play off the fear and the worry.
Yeah.
But you can be an agent of peace. You can squash that worry and give hope and peace and change someone's whole day by just looking at the same situation a little differently and offering positivity and hope and peace.
Absolutely. And I don't think there's a better place to do this than on social media, being an agent of peace, of hope. It's not ignorance. It's not burying your head in the sand. It's speaking life. And it's giving people some hope and some anchors. Even something as simple as when you're out on a walk in your neighborhood, when you're at the grocery store, smile at people.
Smile.
Freak them out. Say hi. You might just give somebody that joy, just give them that pause to get out of their head for a second and go, oh yeah, hi, I'm a person. I see people again. There's life, there's hope, there's good things on the horizon. And like we said earlier, it's not a matter of if, but how we get through this season that's going to make all of the difference. And when we look back, we're going to see that all these little things that we did that might not have felt like a big deal, we sent somebody a card, you know, they made all the difference. Yeah, the little things are very big things in something like this. So live it well and know we're going to get through this together.
So there you have it. 6 little ways to make a big difference in times of crisis. Put those into practice today.
Yeah, they will change your world. And just know that we love you guys. We're praying for you. We're going to close with one little verse, and it's Romans 15:13. It's one of my life verses, and it's, I pray that God, the source of hope, will fill you completely with joy and peace because you trust in Him. And then you will overflow with confident hope through the power of the Holy Spirit. That's our prayer for you. We literally are praying for you guys daily. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. But know that we are in this together. And do us a favor. 1, subscribe. And 2, put one of these things into practice this week and let us know what you did that made a big difference. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.
See you later.
Bye. We're going crazy because we've been in our house for 4 weeks.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt off a mannequin. All right, here we go.
There's a naked mannequin running around.